Good morning, everyone. Shaved. This is the first time in years that I have seen my face, and maybe that you've seen my face. I cannot tell at all because the sun is beaming. I could easily close the curtain. How do I do that? Let's see. Did I close the right one? Kind of. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Fern, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. Welcome, Technical Analysis Trader Hustle. Hope everyone is doing good this Thursday morning. It is Thursday. These weeks go by super quick, and now I got super dark in here, but I guess this is what it is. I hope everyone is doing well, and there's not too much to talk about today. We are rolling into what is OPEX tomorrow, right? And the quad, which naturally have futures and options that do expire tomorrow. So you should have rolled your futures contracts already to the December month, the Z, right? So there's not too much to talk about. I think the market's going to be fairly subdued until that, and we're probably going to see more pinning as some of the market maker positioning does let us know. And next week, right, could be a little quieter into the Fed. The Fed is on Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, we're going to get the Fed announcement for the expected rate hike of either 75 basis points or 100 basis points. And we're going to see what happens then. Wednesday morning, probably not going to be trading coming into this Fed event. And we still have about 82% chance of a 75 basis point hike with a 18% chance of a 100 basis point hike. But in terms of news today, we have the main topic of conversation is the Ethereum merge, right? The crypto community is now celebrating a big milestone in the Ethereum blockchain, just transitioning from proof of work, right? POW, consensus mechanism, to proof of stake, which is dropping down the energy power needed to secure Ethereum to about or around 99%, almost 100%, which is making a lot of environmentalists happy, right? All that mining and all those chips being used, we talked about this a little yesterday, are going to really drop off. Remember, they're using a lot of NVIDIA chips actually, which could have adverse effects on the company itself. So this eases the concerns about the environmental impacts of crypto. Ether is currently emitting as much carbon as Singapore, which is a whole freaking country, and its total energy consumption is similar to that of the Netherlands. So Ether issuance will also decrease, aka triple halving, while industry players will further decentralize the network by securing Ethereum at home, taking some control away from the institutions and sophisticated miners. So some of the backdrop, Ether researchers and developers decided to ease the transition into two different steps after the beacon chain successfully executed in December 2020, and the update formed a separate parallel, the proof of stake chain, POS, right? It stands for something else, but that could be tested in production without having a direct impact on the existing POW network. So it also grew the amount of staked Ether so that it would be large enough to secure the network before the merge. So the second step happened early on Thursday, today, as the consensus layer of the beacon chain was combined with Ethereum POW chain. And from that look of it, the transition was successful. At the time of looking at this, it was about $1,600 on Ether. Let me just check this right now. Versus US, right? 1590 right now. So barely dropped. We didn't get that much of a price change. We don't want to sneeze right now. If you're let's see what else we have here. A little explainer. In the POW model, the Ether network is secured by miners who have to buy and run mining software. The miners consume a lot of electricity in exchange for block issuance and a portion of the transaction fees. In the POS model, the network is secured by validators who have to stake their own stash of Ether to validate the network, which is much cheaper and makes Ether more energy efficient. Think laptops and desktops instead of powerful computer GPUs. It also makes Ether more secure and lays some groundwork for enabling scalability and sharding down the line, which are extra chains used to circulate networks transactional load. So that's what happened in the crypto space. it's kind of flat, kind of subdued. We haven't seen that much crazy price action. And as of recent, crypto and the overall market has been pretty closely connected, right? Have been tied in terms of movement. So the correlation has increased fairly drastically between, for example, the S&P and the and Bitcoin, for example. So the other news that kind of we've been talking about for a while, right? There's not too much else. Railway workers and companies have finally come to a tentative labor agreement that would avert a strike, which was set to go into motion shortly after midnight. So the Association of American Railroaders said that the deal would give rail employees a 24% wage increase during a 5-year period from 2020 through 2024, as well as an immediate payout that averages around $11,000. While the contract covers around 60,000 workers, it still needs to be ratified by the holdout unions, and sick leave policy needs to be ironed out. So the last minute deal averts a strike that was about to expire at the end of the week and could have halted shipments to key goods and disrupted flow of commodities across the country. About 40% of long haul trade is transported by rail, and a strike could have idled more than 7,000 trains while costing, again, the U.S. economy about $2 billion a day. So avoiding that is pretty crucial. It is a critical step that we've taken here in the railway industry. And remember, that could have disrupted the supply chain, also adding to that inflation that has been a very, very huge concern. So, in terms of equity levels, right? The S&P, looking at the futures here just quickly, we have a massive area that sits in and around 39.75.76. Based on MM positioning, the market maker positioning, that is a huge area. They're going to want to pin prices realistically. There's two areas, 39.68 and 39.75.76. Those two areas are getting pinned. There's a massive resistance there based on market maker positioning as well. And then down below, we do have a key area that sits in and around that lower 60 and naturally about that 45 area. So the lows from yesterday, about the 36 for the first original pop, held out pretty well. There is the distribution block that starts under about 36 to 30, right? You start accepting under that, you're getting into a new distribution block to the downside. So just keep in mind the longs will need to really take over the 39.76 area, which I don't see necessarily happening because I think price wants to get pinned, especially into the Fed, and we have the quad wish that comes out tomorrow. Those are a few levels to keep in mind. I don't want to be too active today. I think we could have kind of sloppier price action. If that's not the case and we get a pretty strong trend, then so be it. We'll look for that trend, but those are the main levels that I do want to take a look at today. Keep those in mind, and you're all welcome to our community.tradeproacademy.com. You can jump in our Discord there, and we'll see you there. Happy trading. I'm not expecting too much movement into the end of the week, especially throughout quad, which gets sloppy and choppy. So trade less size, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So thanks to Kitty Dollars for answering all those Ether questions. I know she's a crypto star of the community, so go check that out. I hope everyone has a nice day. Thank you all for the comments, and let's get ready for the end of the week. We'll open up the trading rooms now.